Hey guys, I'm Brogan, and today in this video we are diving into the biggest plug-and-play game drive out there on the market today. I'm talking about the Peaprit 14 terabyte plug-and-play game drive. This offers over 98,000 plug-and-play titles on here from all your favorite different collections, and this also offers a wide range of different front ends here. We've got Launchbox, Retrobat, Playnite, CoinOps. We even have Hyperspin on here, Technoparrot, and so much more. So we're going to tour through everything that this offers from start to finish. We're going to dive into a bunch of titles to see what the performance is like on here. Now let's dive into it. All right, guys, so this is how this loads up. You can see we have a bunch of different front ends here. We have Technoparrot, we have Hyperspin, we have CoinOps, we have Retrobat, Playnite, Launchbox, and then of course Kodi over here as well, which I never got into Kodi, so we're probably not going to tour through that today, but we have all these other options. So let's kick it all off up here with Launchbox to kick everything off. All right, guys, here we are loaded up into Big Box. Now on the left-hand side, we've got all of our collections available to us. So we land by default on Sega Mega Drive Europe. This is going to be all your European releases for the Sega Mega Drive. And on the right-hand side, you can see underneath the little video preview on that arcade cabinet, it says 521 total games. So if we go into this collection, you can see the layout within. We have our titles on the left-hand side, so we have a logo for each of these, which I like. It's not just a text list. And then if we let it load in, it gives us a video preview on the arcade cabinet on the right-hand side. So we're going to get out of this collection because we got to keep it moving. We've got 98,000 games on here and 7 different front ends if you're including Kodi. So next, we have Sega Mega Drive hacks. There's 29 of these. We've got Sega Mega Drive Japanese titles, 395 of those. We've got Sega Saturn in here with 306 total games. So let's take a look at the Saturn collection. Laid out beautifully within here, we have the titles again on the left-hand side, video previews inside the arcade cabinet on the right. I like the fact that we have the marquee up there that even has the logo for the title as well. So we've got Alone in the Dark, we've got Alien Trilogy up there, Andretti Racing, we've got Arcade Greatest Hits, Area 51, one of my favorites. Batman Forever, definitely not one of my favorites. I know some people like that, but I always had a hard time with that game. Blazing Dragons, which is pretty cool. So lots of great titles in here. We have the Bug titles, Bug 1 and 2, Bust a Move, Casper. Now I'm interested to see, we have Contra up here, very nice. I wonder if we have Die Hard Arcade. That's one of my all-time favorites for this collection, and of course Daytona as well. And let's see, we have Daytona USA, we have all of them, which is great. Now, let's see, do we have Die Hard? We do, very nice. Oh, we have Die Hard Trilogy, so not Die Hard Arcade, but that's still pretty good. We have Doom over here. So we're not gonna have a complete collection here, but still, good offering inside of here. Let's back out of this collection. Now we have Sharp 68,000 with 310 games. We have Sinclair ZX Spectrum over here with 528 games. We have Super Nintendo CD MSU with 156 games. We have Super Nintendo Europe with 517 games. Super Nintendo Japan with 740 games. And then USA over here with 915 games. Let's take a quick peek inside here. And as we scroll through, lots of great titles. Next, we have Neo Geo Pocket with 10 games, Neo Geo Pocket Color with 40 games. We have Original PlayStation here with 1,804 games, which is massive. We have Sony PlayStation 2 European titles, and there's just 2 in that one. We have USA titles for PS2, though, 639 titles right here. So let's jump into this collection. Very excited to see what this offers. I see Enter the Matrix right up here at the top. I love this game. This was a 2-disc game back in the day. I had it for GameCube, but awesome title. Dynasty Warriors in here, Dukes of Hazzard, Driver, Dr. Muto. Wow, lots of good stuff. We have Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 2, Destroy All Humans. Now, Dead to Rights 1 and 2 in here. We have Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX. We have Def Jam Fight for New York, which is a great game. This is super expensive if you were to buy like a physical copy of this. We keep moving forward. We've got some Curious George. We've got a bunch of Crash titles in here. In fact, it looks like all the Crash titles. We have Contra up here. We have Conflict. This was a pretty cool game. I actually totally forgot about this game right here. Desert Storm 2 is another good one. Some sports games in here. Castlevania. Call of Duty, bunch of different Call of Duties, bunch of the Cabela games. We have some Burnout titles, Brothers in Arms, which were pretty cool. Blitz the League is an intense, kind of a twist on NFL Blitz, but way more violent and intense. Blade 2 Black, which is a great game. Some more Battlefield 2, some Batman titles in here. Bad Boys Backyard Wrestling, which is always fun. Very nice. All right, so we'll back out of that collection. Pretty complete looking PlayStation 2 collection. Now PS3, 173 PS3 games. We got to check this out. Huge fan of PS3. Now keep in mind, this is a game drive that has to be plugged into a PC. So PS3 is super demanding. You're going to need a gaming PC for this, or a higher end mini PC with a great processor and great integrated graphics in here. So let's comb through here. We've got Castlevania, we got some Captain America, we got Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which is one of my favorite games, Call of Duty 3, we got some Cabela's titles, we got Borderlands 2 in here, BioShock, Beowulf, Bayonetta, Battlefield, we've got the Batman Arkham Asylum as well as Arkham City in here, both great games. Army of Two, even have the 40-day title as well. We got Spider-Man, we got Aliens, Alien vs. Predator, Afro Samurai, The Adventures of Tintin, the game. Love this movie. I've actually never played the game, so I'm going to have to check that out for sure. Quantum of Solace from 007. X-Men Origins Wolverine. We've got The Wolf Among Us. Uncharted in here. Wow. Transformers, couple Transformers. Rainbow Six Vegas 2. This is a great game right here. I don't think I've ever seen this on a plug-and-play drive before, but I have this game for Xbox 360, and it's an absolute blast. Thor, Sherlock Holmes, Tekken Tournament 2, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 rather, Street Fighter, a couple Street Fighters, a couple Soul Calibers, or 3 Soul Calibers in here. Wow. We have Snipers. That looks interesting. I've never played that. Silent Hill, Shell Shock. We've got Saw 2. We've got Ridge Racer in here. Resident Evil titles. We got some Rayman titles, Ratchet and Clank titles, Prince of Persia in here. Wow, this is definitely the most robust PS3 collection I've ever seen on a game drive. NASCAR 15. We got some MotoGP, some Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, which is a great game. Love that game. Mass Effect 2. Got some kids games in here, some Lego titles in here. Now the Lego titles, I'm a big fan of. I used to think that they were for kids, but they are for kids, but they're also for adults too. I love those. Wow. Jurassic the Hunted. This looks interesting. I have to check that out. I've never played that. House of the Dead Overkill. We've got Hitman HD Trilogy. Hitman's such a great game. Civil War. Wow, interesting. Hellboy. Harry Potter titles. Guitar Hero. All the Guitar Heroes, it looks like. Grand Theft Auto. We've got Golden Axe, Beast Rider. That's a great game as well. Fracture, FIFA, Fantastic Four. So many great games on here. Wow. Dragon Ball Z. We got some Doom. We got some Digimon. Darksiders. Dark Souls. And we're back to where we started. I mean, that's an insane selection right there. 173 total games for PlayStation 3. Now we've got PSP with 823 games. Now, honestly, I am a big PSP fan, but when you have PS2 and PS3 in here, the way that it's in here, I don't know that I'd ever play PSP, but let's take a look. We have 823 games. We'll make this as brief as we can. So again, great layout throughout all of this, very easy to navigate. I like the fact that we have video previews. Not every title has a video preview. I will make mention of that. I've noticed that as we've been touring through this, but a lot do. Now inside here, it looks like we're going to have true PSP titles. We may have some PSP minis in here as well. Blitz Overtime, very similar to that one that we were just in on PS3 or PS2, I forget already. Bomberman in here. Brothers in Arms D-Day is a great game. Actually just played that the other day. Burnout. Very nice. Call of Duty. Some Disney titles. All right, let's back out of this collection. We'll keep it moving. We've got a lot of ground to cover today. Sony PSP Minis. All right, so it does separate regular PSP from the Minis games. 312 Minis games here. Super Nintendo Famicom with 525 games. We've got Supervision over here with 43 games. 3DO Japan, 43 games. 3DO USA, 175 games. Amstrad GX 4000, 24 games. And we have Atari ST here with 1,145 games. Amiga CD32, 164 games. We've got Commodore CDTV with 30 games. We've got Vectrex here with 41 games. Intellivision with 140 games. We've got Megaduck here with 24 games. MSX2, 123 games. Microsoft's MSX2 Plus with 53 games. And we've got original Xbox here. One of my favorite home consoles, 61 games. We gotta jump in here. All right, so we've got, I see Crash up here. I see Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2X, which I love because Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is my favorite game. 2X just kicks it all up tremendously, makes it so much better. These were the days before emulation, so now you can get that original version and enhance it almost to the point of what 2X has, but still very cool. 007, Agent Under Fire, another one of my favorite games. I love From Russia with Love, which I saw that we had for PS2, but this game is a close second for me. 25 to Life is a fun game, kind of like Grand Theft Auto in a lot of ways. We've got 100 bullets here. We've got Aggressive Inline. We've got, wow, Amped, love Amped. Arctic Thunder, Batman Vengeance. What else do we have here? Is that the is that the Burger King? I think it is. I know that there were a couple of those games that featured him. We've got Big Mother Truckers here. We got Blinks. We got Bloodwake, Blood Rain, BMX XXX. Brute Force is a great game. Burnout down here. Capcom versus SNK2. We've got Championship Bowling. We've got Chase on here. We've got Conquer Live and Reloaded, Dead or Alive Ultimate. So many great games here. Fable, FIFA, Final Fight, Streetwise, Forza Motorsport. I love Forza. I love all the Forzas, but this is where it started right here. Gladiator, GoldenEye, Rogue Agent, which is a great game. Harry Potter, Heroes of the Pacific. I love this. I love airplane fighting sort of games like Afterburner, but later releases like this one right here. So this is a fun game. Drag Racing over here, which I don't think I've played Drag Racing. Moving on, we've got Smashing Drive here, which I believe I had this for GameCube, if I'm not mistaken, as a kid. Soldiers of Fortune 2. We've got, and then we're back to where we started with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2X here. So great selection of original Xbox games, but I did notice next collection, Xbox 360, and there's even more games. There's 114 Xbox 360 games. We got to jump in and check this out too. So Dante's Inferno to kick it all off. We've got Darkest of Days here. We've got Dead Space. We've got Dead to Rights Retribution. We've got Deadliest Catch, Deadly Premonition. We've got Def Jam Icon, Diablo. Dirt 2, which is a great game. Don King, Prize Fighter. Dragon Ball Z. Wow. Gears of War 2 and 3. Oh, okay, and Judgment. Judgment is an underrated game for sure. Golden Axe, Beast Rider, which we also had, I believe, for PS3. I think we saw it over there. Grid 1 and 2. We got Halo 3. We've got Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. So this is very similar to that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2X. This is the enhanced and just kicked up version of the original Combat Evolved. This was obviously released to 360, but it's at its core a original Xbox game. We've got Halo Reach, which is a great game as well. Jurassic The Hunted, which we also saw in PS3. So I'm interested to check that out. We've got Just Cause. We've got Spyro. We've got Star Wars, the complete Lego saga here. We've got the Lord of the Rings one as well. We've got Forza Horizon 2, another great Forza title. I don't think there's a bad Forza title, to be honest. Midnight Club Los Angeles. We've got Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, which we also had in PS3, but I actually played this on my Xbox 360, so I'd probably enjoy it more over here. Lots of great games over here, though. Omerta, City of Gangsters. Now, this one sounded like it was going to be a good title, but it was not one of my favorites. The Outfit. I've been meaning to actually check out The Outfit. I've seen that on some other setups as well. Project Gotham Racing 3, Project Gotham Racing 4, Prototype, Red Dead Redemption, which appears to be in here twice. We have Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. We have some Resident Evil titles here, some Ridge Racer in here, Samurai Showdown, Simpsons, Skate, SSX, Street Fighter versus Tekken. We have Tekken 6. We have Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Terminator Salvation. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on of so many amazing titles here. Air Conflicts, I was saying before, I love, those air sort of battle games, and this is every bit of that right here. Alien versus Predator. We have Amped 3 over here, which I don't think I've ever played Amped 3. I played 1 and 2, though. Angry Birds Trilogy. My kids love Angry Birds. Attack of the Movies 3D, which is a cool sort of light gun throwback style title. Band Hero at the top there. Bully is a great game. Burnout. This is a good racing game for the kids. Cars Racerama. Love that one too. My kids love it. So many great games. All right, so let's get out of this collection. Again, 114 titles for Xbox 360. We've got NECPC FX over here. We've got Super Graphics over here. We've got TurboGrafx 16, TurboGrafx CD, Nintendo 3DS, which has 493 games. We'll take a peek inside here. So many great titles. Wow. We've got Nintendo 64 European titles right here, 240 of those. We got the USA N64 games with 312. Let's take a look inside here. I imagine we've got everything. We got the cruising games right here, which are my favorites. What else do we do? Clay Fighter, Sculptor's Cut. Save yourself a fortune on this terrible game. At least emulate it. What else do we have? California Speed. I love those games. Bust-a-Move, Bugs Life. Bugs Life is my childhood right there, so I love just seeing that there. I don't play the game much, but very cool to see it in here. What else do we have? All the Army Men titles. This looks pretty complete so far. Got some 007 GoldenEye. I think that's just about everybody's top 5 for N64, but this is what I'm really interested in. Wrestling games. WWF WrestleMania 2000, Warzone, No Mercy, and Attitude. All the WWF N64 games here. Let's see about WCW, though. We've got Revenge, we got World Tour, we got Nitro, we got Mayhem, we got Backstage Assault. That means we've got all of the N64 games here. We got Wave Race in here. But I'm sure you guys are wondering, I saw Tony Hawk Pro Skater, do we have the Mario games? Well, here we go. We got Super Mario 64, but let's go up a little bit higher. We've got all the Star Wars titles, Spider-Man title. Let's see, do we have all the Mario games? Because you got to have those. See, we have NFL Blitz, we got NBA titles in here. And next will be the M titles, and at the top should have all of our Marios, and we do. We have Golf, we have 64, Mario Party 2 and 3. Great, we have everything that we need in here. So let's back out. We have Nintendo 64 DD, which is disk drive, 10 games there. Nintendo DS with 181 games. NES with 888 total games. We have NES Hacks over here with 91 of those. We have Nintendo Entertainment System Hacks here, 91 of those. We have Family Computer with 415 games. Family Computer Disk System with 215 games. Nintendo Game Boy Advance Hacks, 22 of those. And we have GameCube, 638 GameCube games. Gotta jump in here as well. I'm a huge GameCube fan. Spent a lot of my time playing that as a kid. So we've got the Army Man titles. I love Sarge's War. We've got ATV2, which is great. We've got Backyard Baseball, Backyard Sports, Backyard Football. Love those games. I used to play those on a computer, actually, way back when. What else we have? We have some bunch of Batman titles here. Battalion Wars, I got into about 6 months ago. That's a really fun game as well. Good for kids. What else we have? We have Beyond Good and Evil. We got Big Mother Truckers in here again. We have Blood Rain. So a lot of these games you can find on all the different options like PS2, Xbox in some cases, and then right here where we are now in GameCube. But there are, console-specific titles as well. So we got Call of Duty, Big Red one here. We got the original Call of Duty. We've got Capcom versus SNK 2, which I saw in there before. Carmen Sandiego. But for this collection, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I'll have to introduce my kids to that because we've been watching those movies lately. Let's see. Let's scroll down. We got all the Crash games, it looks like. But let's see. Do we have Mario Kart Double Dash, for example? Obviously, everybody wants the GameCube-specific titles. So we got to hold it down and see if we have those. that'll give us an indication if we have what we really need on here. Seeing all the 007s as we scroll through. Zelda's up here. Let's stop and take a look at those. All the Zelda games, that's great. Great to see. And Legends of Wrestling. Now, as I was scrolling, I saw we have all the Zelda titles, which I want to highlight on here, each with a video preview, so it looks great, very uniform. Legends of Wrestling 1 and 2, I love these games. Back then, that was the only way you could have WCW, ECW, and WWF guys in the same game. Lord of the Rings, I love these games as well. Luigi's Mansion, I'm confident if we have Luigi's Mansion, we got to have Mario Kart Double Dash. We'll find out momentarily. There we go. Not only do we have Mario Kart Double Dash, we have Mario Golf, we have Double Dash, of course, but also Party 4, 5, 6, and 7, plus Mario Power Tennis and Super Baseball. So, yeah, I'm very confident in that this has everything that we would want for GameCube. So let's back out. Again, 638 titles for that collection. We have Pokemon Mini over here. We have Satellaview with 85 games. Super Game Boy with 239 games. Nintendo Switch, oh my gosh, with 192 games. Let's take a look at Switch. So Fire Emblem, we've got Flashback, we've got... So it looks like a lot of these are older titles. But we got the House of the Dead remake here, which is a great game. So it looks like it is mixed up quite a bit. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, love that game. Star Allies is good too, but Forgotten Land, probably my favorite Kirby title. Wow, Zelda title. Wow, Zelda for days in here. Luigi's Mansion 3. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Mario Party Superstars. This is crazy. Nickelodeon Kart Racers. I've actually played that. It's decent. Clearly your, Mario Kart duplicate in a lot of ways, but we got a lot of Pokemon titles in here. Red Dead Redemption in here. Power Rangers, wow, Battle for the Grid. Doesn't look like we have a preview on that one. Samurai Warriors, very good game. Sonic Color, Sonic Mania, Sonic Origins. Splatoon 2 and 3. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Super Mario Maker 2. Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Party, Super Mario RPG, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Man, this has a lot of good stuff. Shredder's Revenge, love it. Love that game. The Cowabunga collection over here for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well. Street Fighter. This is absolutely nuts. So many games on here. Let's back out of this one. Let's keep it moving. We got Virtual Boy here with 25 titles. We have Original Wii, 887 titles. Let's just quickly comb through here. Let's go the opposite way. I mean, with that number, what don't we have on here? That's crazy. Quantum of Solace. I love playing this with the Wii Remote. So much fun. WWE games. We got Wreck-It Ralph in here. Crazy. This is going to be a long video. We're only in one front end right now. Wii U with 109 games. Take a quick look in here. We'll go up again. DuckTales, love it. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, love it. Got bowling in here. We got Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. Very good. Angry Birds for the kids. Super Mario Brothers Wii U. A lot of Mario titles here. Star Fox Guard, Sonic, Smurfs 2. Wow. So there is obviously some crossover between this and Wii U, but still incredible. Minecraft Wii U edition. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. We got Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. That's my favorite Wii U game right there. Mario Kart 8, of course. We got Mario Party 10. We've got Mario and Sonic, the Olympic Winter Games. bunch of Lego titles, bunch of Zelda titles, Kung Fu Panda, Kirby. All right, let's jump out of here. Great selection. We got WiiWare with 403 games. We got Open Bore. I love Open Bore. 129 games. Philips CDI. 55 games there. ScumVM. Wow. 61 games for ScumVM. I love this. Point and click titles here. You got Backyard Baseball. I mentioned this before. This is a game that I played as a kid. And it was that exact version right there. This was the next version. And then Backyard Football was great as well. So much fun. Very, very much casual plays, in my opinion. We even have Elvira in here. Wow. But this, I played a lot of Indiana Jones on here. So I'm sure we have those. Loom. Wow. It's been a while since I've seen that. And Day of the Tentacle as well. This takes me back. So let's see. We don't have Indiana Jones on here. That's too bad. Down here we have Dreamcast with 333 games. Now I'm a huge Dreamcast fan. So this is, we have Virtua Tennis, we have Aqua GT, which is great. But we have Virtua Tennis. I'll hold this down a little bit here. We have WWF, Royal Rumble. We have Attitude, which I don't play, but Royal Rumble is one of the best wrestling games in my opinion. Very underrated. Virtua Tennis, very nice. So we don't have Virtua Tennis 2, I will say that, but Virtua Tennis 1 is my game. Virtua Cop 2 in here. Looks like a lot of good games. We have the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the first UFC game in here. The Typing of the Dead, which is a cool twist on House of the Dead. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 and 1. Tokyo Extreme Racer, great games. So many amazing titles in here. We have the Star Wars games. Now, Racer would be my favorite. Love the pod racing game. And PS2 had one as well. Spirit of Speed 1937. Never played this. Never even heard of it. That's the cool thing about plug and play drives like this. You can find games that you missed out on decades ago. Speed Devils. I have not seen that in a while. This is a title that you don't see a lot in plug and play setups like this. Like you always see Soul Calibur, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, of course. But there are some unique titles in here too. Great way to broaden your horizons. All right, let's back out of Dreamcast. We have Sega Genesis hacks, 159 of those. We have some more Sega here with five titles. We have Master System with 335, Master System hacks with 15, Sega Mega Drive Europe, and that's where we started everything off. So let's get out of big box here. And we are going to, let's go down here to exit. We're going to go into the next front end. That was insane. All right, the next one's Playnite. Playnite should be very different. So we'll jump into Playnite. Playnite typically is going to have your AAA titles on here. All right, guys, here we are loaded up into Playnite now. In fact, we have 148 titles inside here. And let's take a quick look. So we've got Spider-Man 2. I'm just going to rattle off titles that I'm personally familiar with. I mean, there's a great selection here, but I don't know all of these. But I do know, obviously, Spider-Man 2. I know all the Angry Bird titles here. I like the fact that we have Star Wars, as well as space, which is pretty cool. You don't typically see that. What else do we have that I recognize? So we have Cuphead, I recognize. Cyberpunk 2077, of course. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which is great. Cobra Kai, Danger Scavenger, I'm aware of. Darksiders 1 and 2. We've got, wow, there's so many games here. Dirt Ally 2.0 is a good game. Devil May Cry 5. Doom Eternal. Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Quest. We've got The Evil Within 2. So many great games. And then FIFA 19 over here. We've got, this looks interesting. I've never played this one, which is what, Flat Out? Flat Out 4, Total Insanity. Never played that one. Full Throttle Remastered. This was, the original version of this was a ScumVM. We've got Ghostbusters, the video game. We got God of War, Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. We've got Vice City. We've got Guacamelee. That looks interesting. I've never played that. Horizon Chase Turbo. We've got some Ice Age, Immortal Unchained. We've got Just Cause 4. We've got The King of Fighters. Wow. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. Never played that one either. Some Lego titles over here. Marble Madness 2. We've got Marvel vs. Capcom. We've got some Mega Man titles. We've got a lot of Mega Man, actually. We've got Mortal Kombat 10 over here. MotoGP 19. MSX versus ATV All Out, which is pretty cool. So many games. Need for Speed Rivals. And I'm sure I'm missing some as I comb through here. Outrun 2006, Coast to Coast. Anybody that's watched my videos knows I love this game, and I oftentimes will demo this game when we get to the demo portion. So we will be doing that. We got Rage 2, we got Red Dead Redemption 2, we got Resident Evil 4. The Rise of the Tomb Raider. We got Resident Evil Biohazard over here. Some more Tomb Raider. Sniper's Contracts. We got SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Dehydrated, which is a fun game. I recently played that a little bit. Saints Row up here. I'm kind of jumping all over, but there's just so much on the screen right now. Street Fighter. We've got Streets of Rage 4. We got a bunch of Street Fighter titles here. We got Tekken 7, which I love. Some more Tomb Raider over here. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. We've got Tetris Effect. We've got V-Rally 4. WRC 8, I believe the last one of those that I played was 7. Zombie Army Trilogy over here. Yakuza 0, a couple of Yakuza titles. I mean, this is pretty incredible right here. So, love seeing this. And of course, we have some AAA titles in the other front ends as well, but this is very unique. Mini Motor Racing X. Haven't played that, but it looks pretty interesting. All right, so let's jump out of this one now. This, again, was Playnite. 148 titles in here at our disposal. And our next front end here is Retrobat. All right, guys, here we are inside Retrobat now. So we land on Nintendo Switch, which has 203 games. We have Philips CD with 55 games. We have Beats of Rage with 126 games. So this seems to be very much aligned with what we were seeing before over there on the big box side of things. So if we go in here, like, we're not going to find Indiana Jones in here either, because it's going to be the exact same list as what we saw before. We have Loom in here twice. Yeah, I mean, this is going to give us pretty much the exact same thing as what we were seeing over there on big box. Like, we have exactly the same collections. We have Dreamcast over here, 333 games. Let's see what PlayStation has for us. 1,804, just like before. PS2 has 641 games. PSP has 825 games. So very similar to what we had before. PS3, 172 games. And if we jump in here, we can see it's very much the same deal. We have the video previews. I actually like this layout a little bit better than Big Box personally, but same offering. So you're getting the same games on here for the most part. Here's our all games list. Now, all games list has 24,977 games on here. So that gives you the entire total for Retrobat right here. We have arcade here as well. I don't believe that we saw arcade on Launchbox, which makes sense for Launchbox Big Box. We only have 5 games here, but let's see. We have Star Wars Pod Racer. I mentioned that before. And this is the arcade version of it, which is cool to see. We obviously have this for Dreamcast. We should have it for PlayStation and N64. But we also have the sequel for PS2. But this is a different version, so very cool to see. We have Light Gun games. If we go into Light Gun games here, we have, how many titles? 130 Light Gun games. That's very cool to see. And it's mixed in between Wii all the way through Saturn, so your home consoles. But do we also have arcade in here? I'm interested to see if we have arcade, because we saw the arcade specific collection. There were only a handful of titles. It looks like these are all home console from what I'm seeing anyways. Yeah, I don't see any arcade in here, which is interesting. All right, so we'll back out. Here we have arcade vertical games. 0 games though. Okay, why even put that collection in? I'm just looking to see if there's anything different here than what we saw in Launchbox Big Box. 62 original Xbox. This should have 114. And I'm interested to see if there's any collection, any like sub-collection of arcade in here, but it doesn't look like we're going to have arcade. Homebrew imports, that's different, right? 5 games though, so it's not a big difference. Yeah, these are just your typical ports. All right. All right, so Retrobat. No slight to it, but it is the same as Big Box through and through. So we're going to get out of here. and we are going to go over to the next front end. All right, so here we are inside CoinOps. Now we have Atari 2600, and I think we have to launch this in order to see the game count, right? Yeah, 665 Atari 2600 titles. Now, I love this theme. I really do. I love the fact that we have the retro TV there with the video preview of the title that we're highlighting. So that is the A team right there. If we want to go to 3D tic-tac-toe, you can see that we just go ahead and rotate that wheel on the right-hand side. It populates the game in there for us. We don't have like a description or any of that stuff, but in my opinion, we don't really need that. I don't look for that when I'm looking at different themes here. So let's back out of this collection. We have Atari 5200 over here. And inside here we have 71 games, and we can actually go to the right here, and now we have 7800. 7800 has 60 games. We have Atari Jaguar with how many titles inside here? 54 games, and you can see the layout within here. Kind of weird that that one has an Xbox controller next to the TV, but it is what it is. We'll back out of this collection. We have Atari Lynx over here. Lynx is going to deliver us 75 games. You can see how everything's laid out in here as well. We also have that Xbox controller here too. Next one is ColecoVision. Inside ColecoVision, we have 167 games. Next one is Commodore 64. Inside Commodore 64, we have 2,601 games. You can see the layout in here. Next collection is Original Game Boy. Original Game Boy has 861 games. I like the way that we have the Original Game Boy there that the video preview populates inside of. Next collection is Game Boy Advance. Now, I think we saw Game Boy Advance hacks. I don't think we saw a Game Boy Advance collection inside Launchbox or Retrobat, though. So 1,162 games inside here. Again, love the way that it populates the video preview into the console right there. Just instantly nostalgic for me. Let's back out. Next one is Games for Windows. Inside here we have 335 games. Cool to see that. We don't typically see Windows PC games like this. If we want to comb through this a little bit, see what's in here. I remember playing this game as a kid. Captain America. Very nice. The Chess Master. I remember that too. All right, let's back out of that collection. We have Intellivision here, which we do have some of these in the other front ends too. 141 games here. We have NES with 919 games. You can see the layout inside here. Of course, we have our Super Mario games. We have some wrestling games here too. Love the controller floating there next to the TV screen. Let's back out. We have PC Engine next with 435 games. We have Sega SG-1000 with 75 games. And then our last collection in here, WonderSwan Color. Inside WonderSwan Color, we have 94 games. All right, so that is CoinOps for us. Now we're going to go out, and we are going to jump into the next front end. And the next one is Hyperspin. Now, this should be where we find our arcade games because so far, we have been arcade free so far. So definitely wanted to find some arcade games in here. So we have, to kick it all off, we landed on PS4. And PS4 has 9 games. Let's see what's inside PS4. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I've played that quite a bit recently, actually. We've got some Street Fighter in here. We got The Witcher Wild Hunt. We've got Horizon Chase Turbo. All right, so some cool titles. Troll Hunters here from DreamWorks. We'll back out. We have PS5. Now, these are all going to be PlayStation emulated games. Next, we have PS5 here. PS5 has just 2 games. Let's see what's inside here, though. We have Final Fantasy and we have Elden Ring. Now, these are going to be PC versions of these games. I do want to clarify that. But still cool to have. We have a Space Invaders collection. We have a Street Fighter collection. So that's where Hyperspin has like these specific themed collections kind of all over the place. Honestly, like all these collections, it ends up being a lot to comb through. I mean, look at all these collections we have to go through so far. So we have Tecmo, we have Tekken in here. Let's check out Tekken. And I'm not going to go into like all these collections. We'd be here till probably next week. But we have Tekken 2, it's in here a million times. We have Tekken 3, it's in here a million times. These are arcade versions, though. You can see MAME up there at the top. So it is cool to see these as the arcade versions rather than the home console ones. But still, great games, even though there's too many of them. I mean, Tekken Tag's in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different times. Tekken 4 is in here, it looks like 4 times. Tekken 5 is in here. Well, there's 2 different versions, but well, Tekken 5 and then Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. So those are different games. So no duplicates there. Original Tekken though, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Tekken 2's in here. Looks like 6 or 7 times. So yeah, there are some duplicates. We have tennis games. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection here. We have trackball titles. Let's take a look at trackball titles. Looks like that'll be a good place for Golden Tee, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if it's in here. We have the bowling titles, which are great. Wacko is a good game. Rambo 2. There's our Golden Tees. All right. So good selection of Golden Tee games. 2005 is my favorite, which I believe is this version, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, that's the later, it's an older version. All right, so maybe they don't have 2005, but still, great selection of titles in here. So many Golden Tee games. All right, we'll back out. Wow, there's just so much. Wrestling collection. I got to check out wrestling games. So we got some non-WWF, WCW games, and then of course we do have the WWF titles here. Superstars is great. So many duplicates though. WrestleFest's in here so many different times. WrestleMania's in here multiple times. Wrestle War's a great game. So it's still pretty cool to go in here and find what you're looking for, but as you can see, there's a lot of different versions, and they may be different versions, but I personally don't need multiple versions of the same game. So it ends up just being a lot to comb through here. And that's pretty typical for plug and plays that have, you know, all those different versions like that. So just scrolling through, you can see there's just so much stuff to comb through inside of here. But there is arcade games, obviously, and it's broken up into all these different collections. But I'm looking to see if we have just like a MAME collection on here, because this ends up being just, it's almost too much. Like you'd get lost in here combing through all of this stuff. Like Konami, there's so many different Konami collections. All right, so here we are on MAME right now. So there's, as you can see, just combing through here, there's so much stuff. I mean, it's insane. Now, MAME right here has 11,241 games. So I want to jump in here. This is basically like your master collection of arcade games. But as you see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 versions of this title. So there are a lot of duplicates, like 10-Yard Fight is in here twice. Let's see, great 1,000-mile rallies in here, 1, 2, 3, 4 different times. So you end up with great options for games, but there's so many of the same ones in here. It just becomes a lot to comb through. There's a lot of bloat in here. I love Open Ice Challenge. There's only 2 of those, which seems like a win. Let's hold this down, though. Like, I love 720, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different times. Yeah, it's a lot. All right, we're going to jump out of here. We have 2-player games, 4-player games, 70s games, 80s games, 90s games. Now, this is where it's at for me, 90s games. But even going through here, you're trying to kind of pinpoint what you're looking for, and even this is a lot. Like Alien 3 the Gun 3 times. Alien vs. Predator looks like 6 or 7 times. Alien Storm 10 times. I don't know. It's a lot. All right, so we'll back out. We have Light Gun games, Vertical games, Marvel vs. Capcom, Metal Slug collection. Love Metal Slug. And even in here, 2's in here. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Original Metal Slug's in here 4 times. Metal Slug X is in here twice. 5's in here 3 times. Or no, excuse me, 6 is in here 3 times. 5's in here, I don't know, 150 times. It's a lot. All right, so let's get out of here. It's just, it's so much to go through Hyperspin. I really think it's too much, to be perfectly honest. Now, next collection and the last one, because we're not going to go through Kodi, we're going to go into Technoparrot. So let's see what Technoparrot has. All right, guys, so here we are now in our final front end. This is Technoparrot. So we landed on, I believe, Namco here. And this is laid out very similar to Hyperspin. We've got 5 games inside Namco system. We'll take a look inside here. We got some Midnight Racing in here. Love these games. And you can see all the different versions. They populate in beautifully. We'll back out of this one. We'll keep it moving. We've got, let's see, how many titles over here? 26 games here. We've got Type X with 16 games. We got Type X2 over here with 13 games. We've got full-on Technoparrot, 127 games for Technoparrot. So let's just go into this. We don't need to go into all the subcategories. We've got Super Mario Brothers Wii up here. We've got, wow, a lot of random titles. Lost Land Adventure, which I've played. We've got Let's Go Safari. We've got Let's Go Island 3D. Let's Go Island. We've got a few of these titles I don't even know how to say. The King of Fighters. So many games here, wow. I love Technoparrot, but for me, what I mainly use Technoparrot for is light gun games. We've got fighting games, though. We've got racing games. H2 Overdrive. Phenomenal game. If you like Hydro Thunder, if you like Aqua GT for your Dreamcast, you'll love this game right here. This is from Raw Thrills. Raw Thrills makes I think, the best Technoparrot games. Guilty Gear, a couple of those titles here. Very cool stuff. Giga Wing, Generations. Just like a kicked up version of the classic games. What is this? Interesting. Never played this, but this looks like a light gun game for sure. We have Friction, which is cool. I like the fact that now there is audio for all this. I just muted everything just for, touring through all this stuff, so I'm not bombarding you with a lot of different audios. Ford Racing. Far Cry Paradise Lost. This is a cool, I don't know if I'd call it a light gun game. It's more of a rail shooter, honestly. It's cool, though. It gets a little repetitive after a while. Elevator Action, Death Parade. Dirty Driving, another one of my favorite racing games right here. I mean, this is just an insane, it's like a rail shooter and racing game all in one. Definitely check that out. Dead or Alive 6, Dead or Alive 5, Daytona Championship USA. Now this obviously is your classic Daytona, but kicked up to modern times. This is from 2016. Very cool stuff here, man. Wow. Contra Evolution, Chase HQ2. So we saw the old school version here earlier in this video, but this is the latest. This is a 2007 version. Graphics are night and day from the original stuff. Very cool. Blade Strangers. Now Batman. This is also another one of those games, kind of like the last one we checked out here. This is a rail shooter mixed with racing. Definitely recommend this. Great graphics too. This is from 2013, also a Raw Thrills. Aliens Extermination. Now this is what I was talking about with light gun games. And I think this is also more of a rail shooter because you're not really, I mean, I get you're aiming, but it's more so like machine gun, just kind of going left to right, spraying the bullets everywhere. So I guess those racing games that we kind of started out with. Wacky Races is cool too. Tomb Raider. Street Fighter. Storm Rider is cool. Star Wars Battle Pod. Now this was from 2014. If you liked Star Wars Arcade, that was like a kicked up version. Now we have Sonic All-Stars Racing. So you can get this on like PS3, Xbox 360, but this is the arcade version of it. Not familiar with that one. Silent Hill Arcade. Cool game. Sega Racing Classic. All right, so this is like the real throwback to the old school Daytona, but with a more modern day feel, I suppose. Rumblefish 2 is cool. Radical Bikers. All right, so this game right here, I remember playing this. This was like an old school arcade cabinet that just had like a scooter handlebar set on top. And it's basically like a crazy taxi. You're delivering pizzas, but you have the time ticking away on top. It's very much like Crazy Taxi or like the Harley game for Sega Model 3. This is Race Driver Grid. I'm not familiar with this, but it looks graphically quite amazing. Rabbids Hollywood is a great light gun game. So many great games here, and there's so many that I'm familiar with, but even more that I'm not familiar with. So what was it, 127 games, I think it said? 126 games for Technoparrot in total. And then it's just broken down. It's that same, all those same games, but it's broken down into these different collections here. So you can find things a little bit easier, but your best bet is to just add them to your favorites list here. So then you just go in here and you have access to all your favorite games with this custom created list. All right, guys, that is everything that's included on here. We have 6 different front ends here, and then Kodi as well, which does not have games on it. So we just jumped into the gaming stuff that's available on here, but everything is on this 14 terabyte external drive right here that connects over through USB-A connection to your PC. So your performance is going to depend entirely on that PC that you connect this over to. If you plug it into a mini PC that's mid-level, you may get great experience with older games, but not so much with the 3D titles. It all depends on the specs of your PC. So I've got this connected over to a mini gaming PC today. We're going to dive into a handful of titles here. Obviously, this video will go on forever if I jump into a ton of titles here, but let's jump into at least a handful of games just to see where everything lines up and make sure it all works. All right, guys, we jumped into this 14 terabyte external hard drive right here. And just for clarity, this is not a plug and play game console. This is a hard drive that you connect over to a PC of your choosing. So this isn't an all-in-one setup. It's a plug and play game drive. So you take this, you plug it into your PC, and you're able to launch everything that's provided on here. And what's included? And everything but the kitchen sink. You guys just saw for the last hour of me combing through everything that this has to offer. We have 6 different front ends plus Kodi, but 6 different gaming front ends here that offer an insane amount of games. Switch, Wii U, Xbox 360, PC, PS3, PS4, and 5. Granted, PS4 and 5 are just PC versions of those titles, but still, we get the titles, right? We have AAA games through Playnite. We have just so much at our disposal here. It's almost too much, to be honest. Going through Hyperspin, for example, it was very bloated. There's a lot to offer on there, and it's very time consuming. I think, in my opinion, they have too many collections, which you can refine the collections. There's just too much going on. It just takes forever to go through there. You started to see that I started skipping around because it was just so involved. Just even locating games was tiresome, to say the least. But Coin Ops, Retrobat, Big Box, Launchbox, I found those to be very straightforward. Playnite as well, very easy to navigate. Double click, launch the game, you're good to go. But yeah, Hyperspin was just a little bit too much for me. But still, you get the games at the end of the day. That's not a bad problem. Now, this is 14 terabytes, which is massive. And the current price point on this, there's 2 different price points. There's the Amazon price, which is $275, and then there's the AliExpress price, which is $215. Obviously, AliExpress is going to take a little bit longer to get to you, but you save some money in the process. Now, those prices may seem high to some people, but bear in mind that there's a 14 terabyte hard drive installed within here. If you wanted to source just a blank 14 terabyte hard drive, I've got it pulled up on Amazon right now. $179 is the cheapest option that I'm coming up with right now. So you're talking about a little bit more than $100 more, and you can get it totally loaded. It's a no-brainer if that's what you're looking for. So it's reliable. It's a little bloated, like I said, a little bit hard to navigate, at least in one of those front ends. The rest I found to be very straightforward, very easy to navigate, and everything does work. Bear in mind, though, that you have to make sure that you connect this over to a PC that has the specs necessary to emulate everything you're trying to play. So if you put this into a mini PC that has an N100 processor, you're probably only going to unlock half the capabilities of what this offers. You're going to get through likely PS1, PS2, maybe, but you'll start having to disconnect with GameCube and everything beyond that. So just make sure that you think it all out. Make sure you have the necessary capabilities on a PC to be able to dive into this effectively. But it's reliable. It's very straightforward. You do have to download drivers, but the drivers are included on here. So you just go through the installation process. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes, and you're able to experience exactly what I demoed for you guys today. So great product, in my opinion. Click the links to learn a little bit more about what is currently available, how you would source it, and all that good stuff. But hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought of this 14 terabyte massive plug and play option here on AliExpress as well as Amazon. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Be sure to give me a thumbs up on the video. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought. And of course, hit subscribe to stay in the loop for all future videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.